I don't usually reset tutorial, but a plus 5 seconds from gold tutorial is not a good sign. This is an acceptable tutorial. Yeah, very acceptable. Not flawless by any stretch of the imagination, but anything sub 45 is honestly good for this patch. Nice. It's a good back wall. Okay, it's a pretty good boathouse. Not flawless. There was a little bit of slop on the first set of panels, the rotational, but wasn't very much. Honestly, it was probably more about the walking than about the solving. Okay, that was good. That does work, but I have to... No, it doesn't. It does, but it's complicated. +2 or +3 for a failed panel. That one was probably a +2. Well, no, I screwed up the actual solve. +2. +2, +3, yeah. Took me to even, but then not screwing up set 3 was a big deal. .301 symmetry is still very acceptable. Yeah, without the small flub, that would have been a sub 3, but I'm not going to complain. That's a good symmetry time. Because we get those on new patch, and we're already losing time just from the starting and stopping. Like, the 45 tutorial is really easy to see there. Like, that quality of a tutorial there was a 41 or so. We're just losing time everywhere. Every time we stop moving. And in small places like the double clicks that I have to do now, which suck. I didn't realize how much I missed the space to start solving until I didn't have it. You can use space to leave solve mode. So it's like, there was clearly some thought of the idea that there was not going to be a jump button and that therefore you should use space for something, but... My pond rooms have been very touch and go. Like, some of them are excellent and some of them are utter garbage. Ooh, speaking of utter garbage. That panel. Trust me, I've got a plan. When the lights go out, you'll understand. Yeah, it's this line. You aim at one of these lines, and then you just have to do left-right adjustment. So that loss is from flood, not from anything else. Couldn't find the start point somehow. I feel like my cursor is smaller on this version. I know it's not. It's just the reticle being smaller throws me off. Because mentally I'm judging that the reticle is the same shape as the cursor, which is a blatant lie. That worked somehow. Not going to question it. My mouse was halfway off the edge of my mouse pad. And the upper arm portion of the speedrun begins. For these, I'm solving with my entire 1.5 foot of mouse pad. And then I switch back to my wrist for that little bit. I don't know if it's still my wrist. It's definitely not my wrist the way I used to use it. Like when I was doing TF2 in 2012. When I was playing TF2 in 2012, I used to do everything with super tight wrist motion. Like I basically didn't use my upper arm at all. And so when I switched to running the Witness, that was what I kept doing. But now I do things that I call wrist motion, which are these really precise solves, but the way I do them is a lot more generous, like calm. Basically, I put my wrist down to the table so that I have a bit more force, but I'm not using my wrist the same way I used to. Like, the motion is still on my arm. Honestly, most of the motion is on my arm. I don't think I really bend my wrist except for some of these small turns in 3D space. Okay, missed it. That's a 720. That's a good boathouse. As opposed to a 740. I'm literally 20 seconds ahead of last run. Yeah, so like, even when I do the things that I used to call wrist motions, I'm not moving my wrist to make them work. I'm still moving my entire arm. So, I think they're less painful. I'm definitely not pushing less hard on the table surface. Oh my god. I made myself bleed the first time. It was not fun. Okay, +2, +5. Yeah, we're done. If I didn't need to do it. I don't need to do it anymore. Especially since I'm getting jungle. Monastery shortcut now. Jungle dash monastery shortcut. It's not that long. That was close to being too fast. I didn't count again. I didn't solve that last panel very fast because of it. Still an okay start to Treehouse. Treehouse is the most panels for a single laser in the run at like 34. I think that's with low percent strats. I think without low percent strats it's like 40 something. So it's an ordeal. I'm still so tilted that like Hack Derby found the snipe we've been looking for since the beginning of time. The like get the Treehouse laser through the wall, and then it turns out it doesn't save any panels because we have to get to that place, and we could have figured that out ages ago. Like, we never did. We never counted the panel set. We just always assumed it would be faster. Bummer. That's the wrong one. It's about to put 4 stars in the same region, which would not have worked. It made me sad. Reasons why I have failed panels. Things like that. very quickly recognizing a bad start and then just exiting. Much more so than anything else. I'm green through Treehouse because my Treehouse in PB was butts. I don't belong. Guessed it. That was sloppy. But that was still pretty good. It'll be alright. I hear you say. And again we try to just stay alive. It's not too late, never too late. Probably my favorite song on the album. Also probably the most, well, it's not depressing. It's uplifting, air quotes. It's about being happy. It's just in a minor key. And about sad things. That was an okay key placer. Not excellent, but not bad. Yep. Plus a second from gold. My gold there is really unbeatably good. And this is even an old patch gold, so. I'm sure that it can be improved by a bunch. Because everything on old patch is awkward as hell. That lineup finally failed. Oh god, what was that? Yeah, makes sense. Every area adjustment is 2 seconds. At least that's what it was at Mountaintop, so it makes sense it would be the same here. It's just like time that it takes to recognize that something is broken, leave solve mode, move, re-enter solve mode. Find the start point again. I'm gonna hope that was correct, because it did not feel good. But I do not have time to sit around and wait. I'm not throwing 4 seconds to that. I need all these seconds. Unfortunately. Okay, we are getting near to snipes. Hope my eyes continue to work. I guess if I really decide to run without wall skip, I shouldn't have a split for raising the wall. Because it'll make for fake golds. I'll have to see what my time looks like, what my sum of best looks like. But probably my sum of best will still be sitting pretty comfortably in the 26 range. Which means that I could PB without wall skip. I could get a 27 without wall skip. It's just going to take a really good run. Had to blink like hell at the end there, but I got there. Why did I? Oh, was this... I really did save splits from the run where I failed Apple Tree? Okay. Oh my god, what? In theory I can check Quarry Laser here, but instead I'm going to focus on not screwing up my descent to the tower. There's... You can see it, like, as you climb the tower, but... No. -21 out of town. okay, it's doable. I just need to have a decent challenge again. And decent now apparently means a 226. Which is not good. I would like to get sub 2s. I am not good enough at challenge, though. And grinding challenge is really not something I like, so... I'd probably have to do what Terea did and really just, like, sit down and do 100 challenges back-to-back until I got to the point where it was like, yeah, really, I can solve a challenge no matter what, and it's fast. Hello, shoulders. How do you feel? Good talk. Really great start to bunker. That was a bit slow. Ah. UV lost 2 seconds. 3 seconds. Whatever. Let's start a riot. Oh, come on. Damn. I just need to shut up for bunker. Except that it's going to be perfect only if I don't acknowledge it until it's done. Let's start a riot. I'm not sure that the OBS capture is doing the right thing, because I don't think that's the song I'm listening to. Well, whatever. Yeah, I'll just drop that segment. I think it's just not consistent enough. We would need a better lineup. And that lineup has to take less than 20 seconds. If there was a really solid lineup that took less than 20 seconds, absolutely I'd do it. But there isn't. At least not that I know of. So we'll go back to running V2 any percent instead of V3 any percent. Away. An acceptable jungle. Someone best says 27 is dead, which makes sense. Because I would need a really spectacular mountain to save another minute. It's definitely possible. My mountain has not been very good here. But a minute's a lot of time. Let's start a riot. Deep breaths. Do not turn deep breaths into yawns. Just trying to take a deep breath. My lungs decided that instead... Lungs? Diaphragm. Lungs don't make decisions. They do whatever the diaphragm... Okay, let's shut up now. Focus on Swamp Snipe, thank you. Like talking, and it's like, wait a minute, I have to focus on where my cursor is. Oh yeah, this takes my Brain power, damn. This part doesn't. This is just walking. This run is so funny because it's these very, like, obviously the walking is important. Like, you don't want to take bad walking routes, but it's pretty easy to look in a straight direction and hold forward. And the corners get very familiar and you just know how to corner properly. And so it's this like very low downtime of, yeah, you're moving and you have to pay attention to these very high intensity solves, right? You're going to solve some of these panels that are like 2 seconds to solve something. You can put a solution. It's very interesting. But the solutions are also pretty calm because, again, like, you fail one of them, you just do it again. There's only a couple of panels that really butts you there. You lie. If you wanna get out of line, run for your life. Oh, what? Neither of the two turns decided to take. I was pushing up left. As she faded away. Get out. No, I think this is my favorite song. Run for your life. Definitely a less cheerful song. If you want to get out alive, run for your life. Run for your life. Well, that was dumb. Oh, what the hell? I pushed. Yeah, old patch is pissing me off. Because all my muscle memory is wrong. Like, I could relearn all of this stuff. I know that I used to be able to pull these solves off just as fast as I can on current patch. But there's a lot of things I take for granted in current patch about how the solving mechanics work that are very sketchy on old patch. So what the hell was that? Just stuttered me an inch to the left. Not certain that leftmost panel is completely visible, but we'll find out. Nope, it's not. Apparently that was a tied floor 1. Well, my PB's floor 1 must have been absolute butts. Okay, let's see if this strat can go correctly. I think it matters how I input this solve for some reason. I think the whole thing has to do with the auto solve timer. I think. I don't actually know how it works. Like, what causes these weird, like, you got the wrong save. Input the wrong solution again. That solution has been burned into my brain, so it's not surprising. Definitely a little bit bigger from here, which is nice. Though the angle is distorting the panel. One of the disadvantages of doing snipes like this for a complex panel. Okay, well, it screwed up again. I didn't get screwed by the movement. I remember to take my fingers off the keys, I guess. Minus 30. I think this is my best run to date. I was plus 30 last time. Okay. Don't flub challenge, and then I can be done with this category. I'm not going to push too hard for a 27, it sounds like. I think that's just too hard. I remembered 11 laser. Accusatory tone. You better be on, because I remembered 11 laser. I guess I should actually set up on the pause key after I finish the solve. Like the 3 triangles solve. Just because that's a moment when my left hand doesn't need to be on the keyboard, and so readying it on escape is going to be more reasonable. I still have to do the transition from unpause to run, but I have to do that right now anyways. Okay. Let's see it. Up against a 225 challenge. Hopefully I get a better maze. That's an acceptable maze. 22125. Two, 2, 1, 2, 5. Maybe. Looks unlikely. Well, these suck. Center, I think. Doesn't feel like it works. Ah, there it is. Forgot about that trick. 2, 2, 1. Nope, that's not gonna work. Oh, that was a really good challenge.